I do it.
It might still be open.
One of these.
Just,
well, this is not the tab. What tab do you
right.
pull open? This.
There might be another page.
I don't know.
Given.
Or not. What's up, guys? Bible study was good. This is just kind of I'm gonna just ship all my sales. So if you want to just hang out and do work while I do work, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I figured I'll just talk my shipping through while I do it, in case anybody wanted to see how I do it.
You're looking right at me. Which way do you want it pointed?
I'm just making some medium flat rates for a minute.
Hello.
All right. This is plugged in. Cool. All right. My show setup process. Like how? Like minor.
You need what?
I don't know how I'm gonna read the chat this far away or whatever. And do it.
Do you want it closer?
I mean.
What were you trying to do?
It's not like it's trying to show. I don't know. I was just trying to let them see me while I ship.
Okay. I was just gonna. Okay.
I know the music feels too loud. All right. Like how do you mean? I don't know. Like this plushie sale I had set up just by like putting all the plushies on there. My clothing shows, I just hang them on a rack like by size order. I think just keep at it. Eventually more people will start showing up. You also don't need a ton of people in your show to actually make sales. Like one of my Ben's friends, I watch all of her shows and it's usually around 20, maybe 20 people-ish max, and she usually sells out or pretty close to it. So the plushie show was so good. I sold everything. Well, I said I sold everything, and then I saw this on the table right after I said that. So I didn't sell one thing, and that's totally fine. So it was really good, though. Sorry, I'm just pulling up my Whatnot profile stuff here so I can start shipping. All right. So the way I like to do shipping is, well, I can kind of show you what it looks like so far. All right. So this was from Notbot doing the boxes for me, but I do, because I used one of my racks to have my sale, I do have some that made it to the floor instead of on a rack. So, I personally just like to look at them kind of and like I like to pick the ones that have just a single item first and get those out of the way. And I just go in and start like, let me find one. All right, like this one. They just bought that. So I know for sure this is going to, I need to get my scale. Pretty sure the labels are all for like an 11-ounce item. So I know for sure that's under 11 ounce. I'm not even going to weigh it, but I just got the scale to stay here. So I just go into my shipments and I'm going to type Shannon so that's the only one I'm seeing. I'm going to just push generate label and I'm going to print it and put it right on the thing. And then those ones will be done. I'm probably just going to do, if it fits in one of these, I'm going to put it in one of these. How was city? Steph pop-up as in like what I'm doing right now, or like literally just like randomly having a show out of nowhere without having told anyone about it and having gotten any bookmarks. Okay, so this plushie is getting packed, and I'm gonna put a thank you sticker on the back.
They're both filling labels.
Okay. So that's all. That one's done. Just toss it there for now. And I'm gonna rip off my not bought sticker and throw that away. And then I'm just gonna save this box for next time. River, you go to Kelsey's page. It's on Are you on Facebook? On Facebook, her page is Mellow State. I think it's just mellowstate.com. Or you could just Google Notbot, right, babe?
Googling Notbot, you might. Because there's other things called Notbot.
Okay. Maybe if you look up, just Google like Notbot whatnot.
I think just go to mellowstate.com.
Yeah, mellowstate.com should have all of the info there. Maria, so I like the flat rate because as long as it fits in the one of the flat rate boxes, it can be over 5 pounds, but the label's still the same price. But if the items are over 5 pounds and don't fit in the flat rate box, you'll have to adjust the weight. 11:45 where you're at. I have a play date in the morning, so I just wanted to at least do some of the shipping before, so I don't have to do much of it tomorrow. I pretty much do everything as flat rate shipping. Yeah, I don't feel like it's worth the time for me to like individually try to figure out what weighs what and set stuff up that way. Carol, I don't know if I can answer your question. I think it just depends on your business goals, but we do have an LLC and an S Corp. I mean, I don't know if I've done any pop-up shows yet as far as like, yeah. I was thinking about doing one tomorrow, maybe with women's clothes. I don't know, I'm kind of scared, but if I did a pop-up one, I would probably just put my like not best items in it and just kind of like, if it all sells for my minimum price, I'd be okay with that. Hey, Brandy. Yeah, stuff. So I haven't really done that yet. Miss Grumpy, I'm not really selling anything tonight. I did add any of my like listings to here, but I don't expect you to buy them. If anybody wants anything, I can tell you my best price on any of the items in the shop, but it's probably not going to be terribly much lower, like maybe probably within like 30% of the list price. Those are just like items on my buy it now page. All right, I'm going to do another something and I'll keep looking at comments in a sec. So let me find another single item. Okay. This one is this plushie. I'm confident it's still under 11, but I'll just double check. Yeah, so it's 5 ounces. So I'm just going to create the label. I don't think that one's going to fit in the padded envelope, so we'll do this one. That one's done. Okay, this one is just a little troll. Weighs 3 ounces, so I'm just going to create the label. This one we'll do a padded because it's a hard toy. If it's more than 5 pounds, can you use one label for one box and create another? Like, are you meaning if I'm doing flat rate? Because if you don't do flat rate, it would just, I mean, it should calculate whatever they've bought for the shipping the whole time through. But for flat rate, the way I do it, yeah. So occasionally I'll have one that's either overweight or just doesn't fit in the flat rate. And I just would, yeah, either split it into 2 flat rates or just upgrade the weight of the whole label. So my week has started over, so I should have 5 free adjustments today in case any of these are over. I at least see a couple already that I'm probably going to have to, but I don't think I'll use all 5 of those today, so that's good. Oh, Starstruck, thanks for following. Men's and boys shows. I have like half a bin of men's. I don't know. I feel like it's not enough for a show, but I haven't been finding much men's. If I don't find any, I might as well run it. I found all those Ralph Lauren shirts at the regular Goodwill, but they were like $7 to like $9 a piece. So if I put them on Whatnot, I'd have to price them out like 18 to 20 each. But I might do my normal $5 price and add those in as just like a buy it now kind of thing. My buy it now prices. I think I priced my buy it now items on here basically same as I price them on other platforms, but I do have a best offer option on here, which I don't have best offer on eBay or anything. So I've made 2 sales off the marketplace here so far. Let me do a couple more shipments. Let's see what I got here. I got another single. This one's 6 ounces. Another single. This one's large, but I'm pretty sure it's still quite a bit under. This guy's only 4.5 ounces. So. I did not seal this one very well. Okay. 4,600 listings on the bay. That's crazy. I tried to do 30 a day for like 1 week once, and it was so hard for me. So you don't have to put the items in order. For love of savings, what do you mean in order? You don't have to put the order info with the items. Do you mean like what they bought? I don't. It's pretty much pointless. It just says random pulls number 88. So they have the video receipts in their email and on the app. You don't have to, no. The way I do it is just random pulls, everything 8 to 11 ounces. So you can do it that way. It's just time consuming. Hello, Clara. Hope your show was good. Yes. Kind of little Q&A while I just get some shipping done. Posting on eBay, yeah. eBay can take a while to get going, just like everything. Kylie, yes, definitely social media has helped me here, but that took about 9 years to build up. So if you started here and did this for 9 years, you'd probably be way more successful than I've been this month. Changing weight while showing different items. Yeah, some people choose to do it like where they put in a 4 ounce, an 8 ounce, a 12 ounce, whatever. I just do it differently. And I feel like the way I do it usually allows people to get more items for the 5 pound weight than it would if it just but if I literally put weight by weight what you're getting. Yeah, the brown bags are from USPS. I'm gonna do a couple more. Am I still using? Yeah, I am still listing online, just very little. I did about 8 listings in the last 24 hours, but they were better listings, if that makes sense. So I used to just list anything and everything, like $10 was fine with me. Now I'm putting what I would list for $10 on here for $5 and just listing stuff that's like 30 plus for now. All right, let me see what I got going on here. All right, this one has 2, but they're 2 tiny things. So once the buyer has paid for 2 items, the way I do my shipping is it already covers the $9.21. So it's going priority instead of ground advantage. I feel silly putting just these 2 little items in a medium flat rate. So these are going to go in a flat rate, but priority. This one. Okay. So this one, I have to actually go into the order, push edit shipping details. And then under the US flat rate option, I'm just going to go up to padded envelope. And then I'm going to save my changes. And then I'm going to push generate label. Sometimes it's really slow to actually generate the label. All right, that one's ready. How do I check my cost of goods? Yeah, we stopped using the spreadsheet. Now we just do cash method, which is just how much is spent every month and how much is made every month. So I don't check anything item by item. Yeah, all the bins everywhere is so different. Can boxes be only 5 pounds? Yeah, you can always adjust your weights. It might end up you have to pay out of pocket, but you can always add more or do whatever you need to do. If you guys don't know, you get 5 free adjustments every single week. So like literally an adjustment could be, oh crap, they bought way too much and it doesn't fit in a box. You could split it into 2 flat rates and that's completely covered as one of your adjustments. Maddie, my weight for the randoms, I put everything in as 8 to 11 ounce. That way it charges, that way their first 2 items is covering the full shipping. So usually if they just get one, almost always it is under the 15 ounces. So I put 8 to 11, but if you didn't know, you can upgrade any label to 15 and it doesn't count as an adjustment. And so the label will print as 15, but you don't have to pay any extra. So any of them that I need to upgrade to that, I will. And then, yeah, if it ends up they bought one item that happens to be over a pound, I'll just either use one of my free adjustments or pay out of pocket. It's usually like 3 something. Do I check YouTube? No. Oh, hey, Chiching. What's up? Chris is probably watching, and he might, if you're like commenting on there. Does what change the price? Weird question. How far are you away from phone while filming whatnot? I mean, right now I'm probably like a foot, but like when I was doing this is probably like 3 feet, maybe. It's not very far. Thanks, Crystal. Kayla, does which one count as one of my 5 changes? Yeah, the shipping is so weird because like you can do it however you want. And so I think that confuses people, which it really had me all riled up the first couple weeks because I want to make it the best for the buyers, but also I don't want to be losing a bunch of money, which I haven't. I think the most I've ever spent out of pocket in one show is like 10 something. Like if I had to upgrade labels and I didn't have any free adjustments, which by the time I have to do that, that was a really good show. Like $10 is nothing, but yeah, it could be stressful. Oh my gosh. Cha-ching, you are, oh my gosh, thank you so much. It's so unnecessary. I appreciate you. How are you? We were watching your storage unit video, and Chris wants to get a storage. He tipped $20.
I know.
A storage unit.
He said I wasn't watching.
He said he's watching. He's right here. He's in
What's
his
up,
office
Scott?
right here.
Yeah, I'm just right in the room over there.
All right, let's do a bundle. This one has 5 things in it.
Thank you, Scott.
You're the best. Cha-ching, or Scott, do you sell on here?
No, I was looking at his profile.
Okay. You should sell your storage unit finds on here. That's what Chris wants us to do. All right.
We're gonna do it soon. We're gonna get a storage unit soon. It's just we're too busy right now.
This one has 5 items in it, so they fit good. I could probably squeeze these into a medium, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to seal this box up and print the label. So the 5 pounds covers, so the $9.21 you can buy, you can get a 5-pound label, you can get a large flat rate label, a medium flat rate, a small flat rate, a padded flat rate. You can do whatever you want with your $9.21 pretty much. So I think that might be the part that confuses a lot of people. Kayla, you mean when I did the padded flat rate, that wasn't an adjustment because the buyer had already paid for 2 items, which was $9.21. So that allowed me to buy the padded flat rate envelope with the money she already paid. So you have to go into their order and like pick which actual label you want, but it doesn't cost anything out of pocket. This one is a 2-pack, but it's a pretty big bear, and then that one, so I'm going to just leave it in the large flat rate and seal it up. Do you use a flat rate option for your shows, or do you create? Thrifting orders, yeah, so both. I have a bunch of custom profiles that I made. Most of my shows I do 7 items per bundle. For plushies, since so many of them were small, I did 8 items per bundle. But I always pick the flat rate, like in the main screen, I guess. But you can always go in, like you don't have to put that. I don't like, you can go in after and just change it. Like, if you were just doing bundled shipping like normal, having whatnot bundle for you, you could still go in at the shipping screen and change it to a padded flat rate or whatever, a flat rate large box if you wanted to. So I'm using, these ones are large, but I also have some mediums ready to go because I can see a bunch of bundles that'll fit nicely in a medium flat rate. So all these you can order at the post office for free. Yeah, so I was organizing the boxes with, I use Notbot. It's I don't know what do you call Notbot? Like, how do you explain, like, what is it? Babe?
I'm trying to
Think about it.
basically print the label. We can show them the label, right?
No, I can show them, but like, how would you describe it to
Whenever
someone?
you have somebody make a purchase for the first time of the show, it prints a label so that you can identify a box with that person.
I mean, just like, how would you describe the whole concept? Like, not how to do it, but like, it's just something that like cuts down on your shipping time, basically. So this is the label that it prints out during the sale. So anytime you get a new buyer, it assigns them a number, whichever, yeah. The numbers are in numerical order. So the first buyer gets number 1. The numbers don't necessarily mean anything. That's just how their orders came in. So my number 1 today was Whimsically Elegant, who looks like she bought several items throughout the show. So anytime she bought, my screen would flash up number 1. I go put it in box number 1. So all I really have to do during the show is pay attention to my computer screen, whatever number it shows, and go put it in the box as I'm like about to grab the next item. So, and then after everything's kind of in their own box, you know, a few of them we've been able to just seal right up. Stuff like this, it's just one item. I'm just going to switch it to a poly mailer, but it's still super easy because, you know, my first couple of shows, I just hang stuff on number hangers and then I'd have to go find number 1, number 7, numbers 13, and whatever. They bought 5 or 7 things. And then, so I had to touch it multiple times versus this is a lot easier. It just cuts down a lot of time. It does cost money, but she has a free trial if you guys want to check it out. All right, so poo is only 6 ounces.
Yeah, definitely go to Kelsey's videos. It's her thing. So, she's got all the information you could possibly need over on Mellow State.
Okay. Daisy, you probably will do it wrong the first time, but that's how you learn. You got to do it wrong, and then you'll be like, yeah, like every show for the first like month, pretty much, I was like, I tried one little thing slightly different, and each time I was like, I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that again. So the more you do it, the more better you'll get at it. This one is just a dress that weighs 3 ounces, so an easy one. Me? It's still on, but I lowered the sound. Okay. Is there a summary anywhere to double check? I mean, you could if you want to. I just think that would take forever. Like, that would defeat the purpose of using Notbot if you're going to go back and check everything. But yeah, I just trust myself. Oh yeah, those are good ways to describe it. Automation tool, organization tool for sure. Yes. Oh, Catas, that was your item I just packed, that dress. Yes, so that one did go Ground Advantage. It only weighed 3 ounces. So yeah, the label that you bought when you bought it covered up to 11 ounces. So yeah, that's perfect. I didn't have to do anything with yours. Just put it in a mailer and put it on its way. Humble resell, it would just depend on how the seller sets it up. If you only buy one item in my show, it's only like 5 something. Hey, would you want to get me a drink, please?
What do you want?
Are you having anything? Are you getting a Diet Coke or water?
I mean, I was going to my office. So
I know
what
you
do you
want?
want?
I'll have a Diet Coke, and
Okay.
can you fill me up a cup of water with ice, but like one that won't in case it spills it. Yeah. So my shows, since I do 8 to 11 ounce for everything, it only charges you like between like $5 to $6 for your one item. If your item ends up being, let me see, this one I think is over. So this person bought one item, but it's a book. Let me see. Okay, this one actually is going to be under. So this one is 11.9 ounces, but since I can upgrade for free to 15, I'm just going to do that. So I still won't have to use an adjustment on that because that just counts as one. But yeah, if this book was over a pound, I would have to pay or use one of my free adjustments for it because that's just how I like to do my shipping. I think it saves time than trying to like figure out how much each item weighs before the show. Okay, now what? This one has 3. I feel like there's quite a bit of room. I'm going to try to put these 3 in a medium flat. It's 4 actually. They got these 2 little cuties. Okay. Thank you. You're the best husband I ever had. Can you move that off the table legit. So I can have that space?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, let me try to show you. I can show them this if I cover the address of the buyer. You don't care if they see our PO box, right? So just so that
don't send stuff to the PO box.
So this is how. So like, yeah, you guys saw me put that bundle in a medium flat. So then I just went to this person's shipping, and I put in medium flat rate box. So the label prints out medium flat rate box. The buyer already paid for this. I didn't have to pay anything out of my pocket. And then yeah, so you just you can't use a medium flat rate box unless you print a medium flat rate label though. So don't be using these free boxes unless you print the right label. Basically, I do have a few like regular, like if I need one, like these ones you can use with any label. The ones that say large mailing box that don't say flat rate. So you can do a 5-pound order in this one as long as it's priority on the label. But if you put a flat rate box, you have to use the right label. So, and then yeah, those 2. The label says large flat rate on it because that's what I chose for it. Yeah, a lot of times, well, almost every time, honestly, I get so many one-out orders where they like have a ground advantage mailer with a priority sticker on it, or a priority box with the ground advantage mailer on it, or the weight is just completely wrong. Like the label will say like 4 pounds, and I'm like, this is like 10 pounds. My package is like 10 pounds. So a lot of people are not doing it right, for sure. Let me try to-
Jamie Lane has great videos on it, so does Nellis on whatnot.
that book fits perfectly in one of these, and since it is under a pound, I'm just going to upgrade their label to 15. Okay. Let me try to show you that, what I'm doing. Do you think I can show them this, babe? Well, it says.
You're risking stuff.
I know. I feel like I can't show you because, here, this doesn't show their address or anything. Let me see.
You're gonna break that blood.
Okay, so I'm in this buyer shipping thing. So the label right now is set to 10 ounces, but that item is about 12 ounces. So I'm going to just upgrade the label to 15. And then if you scroll down here, you'll see that I don't owe anything extra for that. It's just adjusting the label for me up to a 15 ounce. So I'm going to save the changes. Oops, don't look at that. Generate the label. And then I'll just print the label. TCD, if you're talking about as far as shipping, it really depends on what you want. Do you want ease? If so, I would say flat rate. If you want to make sure you're not going to be out of pocket at all, I would suggest weighing each individual item and having multiple shipping profiles, or multiple, I don't know if it's called shipping profiles, multiple random pull listings that have the correct weight so that you're not on the back end going to owe anything. Or have I done a video on how you're shipping and set up? Sure. I haven't. This is my video of shipping, but I haven't done a video like that because mostly I just don't have time, and I don't know what you guys want to know about setting up a show. It's not that interesting. I guess like if you watch my YouTube videos, you've probably seen I'm just hanging stuff on a rack while I'm chatting with you guys, or just showing you my bins haul while I'm putting it on the rack. Like that's me setting up for my show. Chris sets up my table and everything for me, sets up the tripod when it's time to go live, but it really isn't a whole lot of setup. Our bins, I do film my bins usually when nobody's around. I'm like afraid people are going to be mad at me if they like end up in my video, and I want to keep filming, so I try not to piss people off at the bins. Dharma, yes, the medium and large cost the same. What I'm sacrificing to do whatnot versus eBay is mostly just, I don't know if am I sacrificing anything? Just that I have to get more items every week, but to me that's like I get to spend more time at the bins, which is fun. I don't know. Yeah, someone said, what am I sacrificing? Am I sacrificing? I do need to figure out a better, what I've noticed is like I keep trying to have night shows because I'm like, if I do a day show, nobody's going to come or buy anything, and then I'm afraid that like I'm just selling everything for barely any profit. So I always try to have my shows at night, and that kind of affects our dinner time, which I don't like. So that's why I'm trying to figure that out. So I'm going to have my regular Friday show. That will be like my night that I'm comfortable doing a night show. And then I'm going to try to probably have any other shows either in the day, or if the kids are busy, then I might have one at night. But I'm actually still I'm being less picky with brand, I guess, but I'm still being very picky with condition or like style. But yeah, since I'm selling stuff on like my clothing shows for like $5 each, I do try to get more so that I can have like at least 100 items per show, but I really care about condition of items. Yep, for a new whatnot seller who wants to see if selling on here is for them. What do you want to know? Like what would make you feel comfortable? You try to get the poo with the big feet. That one is so cute. I sold a solely one of those in my last show. I did not include the packing slip. No. Yeah, I stopped doing any cello bag wrapping for whatnot because it would just take way too long and the profits are way less, so it just doesn't make sense. I still put like my eBay orders in those because I feel like it's a nice presentation, and yeah, if someone's buying something for like $30 to $50 a piece, I want them to be like, wow, that's nice when they open it up. Not that I don't, like, I'm trying to make your guys' boxes presentable too, but yeah, if I'm just selling stuff for $1, I know most of these sold for way more than $1, but it's just like, yeah. All right, let me do a couple more and then I'll keep scrolling this chat in a sec. All right, this person got 3. So they got these goodies and a little turtle. And I think this large flat rate is really good for this one. Let's do this one. So this one, she got a set of books and then 2 little plushies. So I don't want this like bonking all around in the box. So I think I'm going to do a medium flat rate. That's perfect, but let's see. It's just still not quite tight. So I'm going to add some packing paper. I don't always add packing paper. If it's all plushies, I don't care if it's squishing around in there. But since it's books, it's kind of heavy and I just don't want any damage happening. So I'm going to go grab some packing paper. Nice and tight in there. You do $9 and change shipping for a certain number of items. Is it always mailed in a flat rate box? I mean, not always. But for the most part, yes. And they're in general, flat rate boxes are way more expensive, but on Whatnot they have a deal with the post office. So the $9.21 covers a whole bunch of different kinds of boxes. So, which both of these are included in that. So think of it like Poshmark, how they even lowered their price $6 something for the 5 pounds. It's the same deal, but they have it They have the same type of deal. So while you can't go by yourself to the post office and get a flat rate for $9, you can through Whatnot. How do you set up box with 7? If you go watch Kaylee Elaine's video, she has an exact video. That's how we set all of ours up. You have to make your own shipping profile though. Vicky, I don't only pick up current season, but lately I have been trying to pick up more spring, summer. But if I find a excellent condition sweater that I think is cute, I'm gonna pick it up. I've sold Christmas and Halloween stuff in the last week, so. Dharma, yeah, once you have a selling account, you can do a whole bunch of practice shows. You would just see it on your account on your end, and you would just start a show and push private, and it's only you or whoever you send the link to. CSL, I haven't had anyone complain about it yet, but I think people would rather have a deal than care about how their items are shipped. I mean, unless they're like damaged. I don't think any of these things are going to be damaged by how I'm shipping them. Because yeah, if I wasn't shipping in these flat rate boxes, and otherwise you'd have to spend a lot more in shipping. So after the show, can you change the shipping box to flat rate if it fits? Yes, you can on Whatnot. I want to sell online, a perfect fit for me. Yeah, you can definitely learn. Just list a couple items and see what happens, and then you'll go from there. Yes, I also love Whatnot because I don't have to do photos and stuff, even though my selling price is less, but like I can shop more. I get to shop more and I get to find you guys cool stuff. So, all right, let me do a couple more. Let's see. Okay, this one, she got a lot of little people and I don't want them just wonking around in here. So actually, I feel like she might have bought more than 8 too. So she might have 2 orders. Yeah, so she has 16 total items. So let's see what I got here. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do, so I think on hers, I'm gonna do for little people as 1 order. I am gonna use the cellophane just so they stay kind of close together. And then I'm gonna do a padded flat rate for this one. And then I'm gonna do a medium flat rate for all the plushies. So yeah, when I'm saying she has 2 orders, this buyer bought 16 total items. The way I set up my shipping profile was that you could get 8. So she paid $9.21 twice, so I can do 2 of whatever I want, basically. So you can see on this one says padded flat rate envelope instead of like medium flat rate or large flat rate or 5 pounds. So that's what I'm doing for that one. second one, I'm doing the medium flat rate box. All right, this one is interesting because, so yeah, this one has kind of like a toy that I don't want banging around, so it's wooden and it's loud. So I think we'll definitely put some, debating if I want to like bubble wrap this toy or if I just want to put brown paper around it. I'll probably just do brown paper because I have it here. So let's put this dino in. Okay. That's what it looks like now. Maybe not because that wasn't fitting. I mean, it's still going to make that sound because something's inside of the wooden thing, but the actual items are not shifting around. Good evening. Night, Clara. I'm sure you're way long gone by now, but thanks for stopping in. How's your stuffed animal show? Went so well. Literally way better than I thought it would. I'm excited to find more plushies. Our bins changed their price today to where plushies are just 25 cents each versus $1.99 a pound. So things like a Build-A-Bear that would be probably right around a pound, if not more, are now just 25 cents instead of $2. So. Okay. Blooming, that's all of us. Yep. The shipping is confusing. Oh, good. I'm glad you are happy with the orders. No problem. What you're shipping? Blooming Meadow. What if your shipping profile set for 11 ounce, 7 item, and buyer purchase 1 item? Yeah, so I don't weigh anything individually. Are you saying if they purchase like more than 7, or if they purchase 1 item that's more than a pound? If you're trying to avoid any sort of adjusting, you would want to weigh each item individually and make sure that you put it in correctly with each item. I don't know if I have a favorite. This is the one that's on here, Tape King. I actually feel like this tape is falling off, so I would not recommend this one, but I'm not going to buy that one. Are you doing JBF? Yay. Mine's in about a month still. I'm in Colorado. You might have to like put in for a refund on your own. I'm not actually sure. I haven't had that happen to myself specifically. Like I haven't had a seller not ship yet, but I mean, they definitely won't like, yeah, you'll get your money back one way or another. It might have to be you like putting in a claim through whatnot. If the seller's not shipping, I'm gonna guess they're probably also not gonna answer a message from you about why they're not shipping. All right, let's see what else I got here. Okay, I got another single item. This one's super lightweight. It's gonna go in this padded envelope. Okay, this one has quite a bit, but I know I can fit it in a large flat still. Ugh. So like, even though it's in one, I like to just grab an empty one and kind of transfer it just so that I can make it look how I want. Nice and squished in there. There's one where I don't want it shifting around, so let me try to fit these in a medium flat first. So they got a puzzle and then 2 plushies. This one's actually perfect because the plushies are going to keep it from shifting around. Perfect. These brown bevel mailers are just from the post office. If you have a Poshmark account, you can order them through the app. Flyer reaches out saying your item arrived broken. I would probably just have them open a case on your end or on their end, and then it should give you a few different options. Like one would be like full refund, partial refund, or have them return it and then give them a refund when you get it back. But if it's broken, you don't want to back out, just give them a full refund. Maddie, I do not. If it does happen, then we would deal with it. If it gets wet damage, it will just deal with it when that happens. But the chance of it happening are very slim. So to me, the waste of time, packaging and everything to do all that extra work would just be not worth it for whatnot. I think whatnot's a good place for a new seller. I don't see why not. Give it a try. It's probably not going to be the easiest place, but the more you do it, the easier it'll get. I don't know about a manual. I'm sure there's a ton of YouTube videos on the Whatnots page that you can just kind of watch and how to do it. All right, let me go a couple more. All right, this one has like 4 semi-small plushies, so we're going to switch to a medium. I will say, if I like as far as that like double protection question, so I used to really care about that. I do care about that, but like I don't think the way that I'm packing it, it's gonna really happen. I will say, if I was putting 5 or more pounds in a big old poly mailer, I would definitely be double bagging, because those are the ones that are constantly coming to me that where they're like just ripped all, like they're kind of ripped to shreds. I know I didn't double mailer on like these ones, but they're just so lightweight. I don't see anything happening, but obviously if someone reaches out and they're like, oh, my package is ruined, I'm going to give them a refund. So I'm just taking the risk. So let's see this one. This one is probably only 8 items, and it looks like it's going to be bigger than this box. So let's see. Well, first off, let me weigh all this. Okay. So this is good news. It only weighs 2 pounds, 15.6 ounces, including the box weight that it's in. So let me go to this person and see if they got 8 or more than 8. Yeah, so they only got 7, and then they want to give away. So I'm going to bundle those 2 shipments, the giveaway and their 7 items. And then I think I'm just going to, so that I don't have to cram it all in since it weighs less than 5, I'm just going to switch this to a 5-pound label. So I'm going to do edit shipping details. I'm going to switch off of the flat rate. Right. I don't know why I didn't print 5 pounds instead of this, but I probably just didn't check the right weight. Anyways, it's 4 pounds, 7 ounces, which is plenty for this particular bundle. So yeah, so this one though, you can see this is a P, so that's priority mail. So like I showed you, I have these big, large mailing boxes, which are different from the large flat rates. So these are the ones that you use with actual number weighted labels. So I'm gonna just put all these in this box. Always like, normally I put the gift card. I have envelopes right here. I just don't want that to get lost in the box. So I will put it in here. So it'll fit. was it over? Now it's 3 pounds, 2.7. So we are good to go with this label. And then you can kind of see the size difference. So this is a little bit taller. Let me see what I missed. Sorry guys, I'm scrolling back to where I remember last answering. I personally have not looked into eBay live selling. Yep, you can just use your phone. You don't need any other devices, but if the items get rained on and ruined, then they will reach out to me and I will give them a refund probably, but that probably is never going to happen. And if I get a bad review, I get a bad review. But overall, my reviews are going to say 5 stars. So think about it this way. In just less than 2 months, I've already sold like 3,000 or more items. If one box got ruined because of rain and they left a bad review, it's not going to hurt my reviews. I'm going to apologize when they reach out to me. But think about me double wrapping 3,000 things, like that just doesn't make sense. So, all right. Let's see, how many things did I sell? I think I sold 155. How many boxes? I think it's about 40-ish orders. 40 something maybe. Yeah, way more watchers than ever getting buyers. There's usually, I don't usually, oh, now I'm looking, there's 55 of you watching right now. I don't usually look at that number when I'm streaming. It kind of makes me nervous. So I just go and people buy and I ship it. Victoria, that person, I usually do 2 giveaways per show, just like a $5 Starbucks gift card. So that person won one of the Starbucks gift cards. Yeah. Why again did you change the shipping in the boxes? So this last one, so their items, because I allowed 8 items to a bundle, their 8 items would not have fit in a large flat rate. I mean, if I really, really wanted to squish them, I probably could have. But since their 8 items did not weigh more than 5 pounds, I just put it in a bigger box and it cost the same. So that's why I switched that one. So I don't have to like shove it for no reason, because what they paid for already covered any of these shippings. I've been hanging out a bit. Yeah. Source trends. I've had lots of therapy. I would have not ever done this without lots of therapy. If the weight more than 5 pounds, yes. If it did end up weighing more than 5 pounds and I said that you can get 8 items for the $9.21, I would be on the hook for the overage. So it is a gamble, but like literally my 5 thingies usually almost last me the whole week. And again, the most I've ever paid is $10 out of pocket. Yeah, I'm willing to take some bad reviews. That doesn't bother me. All right, so this one, so it's like, I think it's only 3 items. So it could probably fit in a medium, but it can't because this one's kind of big. And this being a book with pages, this one I might actually wrap. So let me go get a plastic for this one. And then, yeah, we'll probably just keep it in this large flat and I'll do the extra space with the padded. Oh, she also got these. So I'm going to probably, I don't think I have a random glasses case I could give her. So I'm going to probably bubble wrap these ones then too. Yeah, so even this is kind of like, I would say kind of fragile. I'm gonna go ahead and put some bubble on that. Right, so that one, it still has some room, and let's just stuff it with brown paper to finish it off. So you can use a regular priority box. You can, as long as you print the right label. So you can't use a regular priority box if you print a flat rate label. But you can use a priority box as long as it fits the weight and the dimensions. Well, the dimensions fit because it's a normal size box, but as long as it stays under the 5 pounds, you can use that. Or if it weighs over, you have to pay the correct weight. Oops, I accidentally printed her packing slip, but I'm still not including it because the box is already shut. You got one bad review because your box arrived a little damaged. Yeah. There's not much. I have not looked at a single one of my reviews since I started Whatnot. I really don't care what these. I mean, I appreciate you guys leaving them because obviously it says 5-star overall, but if there's some lesser, I don't know, and I don't want to know. Like if I ever noticed I dropped to 4.9, I might go check, but do you find that most people purchasing on shows are buying? Yeah, so that's why I set up my shipping profiles the way I do. So once they've paid for 2 items, it already has paid their $9.21. So that makes me breathe a little easier. So that way, yeah. The single ones are usually the ones I have to upgrade, or occasionally when I say 7 items per bundle, that one person might get like 3 or 4 big jackets and it just either doesn't fit or it weighs more than 5 pounds, and then I'll have to pay for those. But that's why I do 8 to 11 ounce. If you do like, even when I did my kids show, I let them get 12 items, but it still charged them the $9.21 on the first 2. So that way I was covered within those first 2, and I knew all my kids' items were less than 15 ounces each. So none of those would have made me pay extra for the singles. How much is your inventory? I'm down to around 500 items listed online, and I was probably 1,500 before starting Whatnot, so quite a bit. All right, make it going. So this one, I don't know if this farm tree puzzle fits. Let me check. It doesn't fit great, so this one I'm gonna save because this one I'm gonna have to find a box for, like just a recycled Amazon box probably. Yeah, that's not gonna fit in any of the standard, these little square boxes that the post office has. Do that one later. All right, let's check this one out. I'm hoping this person got more than 8 so that I can split it into 2, but let's check. Sweet, they got 9. So that's good, but also that means the second one is just a ground advantage one. So I can only pull one of these out. So I need to probably pull the biggest one that is less than a pound, if that makes sense. So let's see how much this one weighs. Nope, so this one's 15 ounces on its own without packaging, so that one won't work. It's just not that large. Okay, probably gonna do one of these two, so, because I don't think Hulk's probably over a pound. Yeah. Okay. But then let me check this as far as weight. Like if I can just do a 5-pounder for this one. Probably can. Cool. So as this is, it's for 8.5, 4 7.8. So let's do that one up by itself. Even with the bigger box, it should be good. But let me fit them in there before I buy the label on this one. Put these big ones at the bottom. So this one is definitely smushing. Let's 10.3. So that one you can see it just says 5 pounds. So the box is under 5 pounds. It's a priority label. It can go in this box. Okay, and then her second order, this is only 7 ounces, so I don't even need to upgrade to the 15. I'm just going to push generate label on the single. Camille, thanks guys. Sorry I'm not selling anything today, but if anybody wants to just chit chat about shipping, thank you guys for coming. Chat with me. When I purchase items, can I reuse those boxes? You can. But yeah, I mean, all these are free anyway, so if you want to just order them so that you have new boxes, you can do that too. How do you get all your boxes to the post office? I just drive them there. I don't like porch pickup, so I do take mine in every day. I mean, this is going to be about 40 packages, but like so far, like almost half of them are just the bags. So if it's like mostly boxes, I'll drive to the real post office. They have these like cage things on the side. I just drive up, put everything in the cage, push it up the ramp, and then they scan them by the end of the day. I don't wait for them to scan them, no. This one looks like it'll fit perfectly in a large flat. Oh, that's another thing I've been doing. I just did 2 strips of tape there because I kind of taped it in the wrong spot, but I've been trying to just do 1 strip of tape to like cut down on materials. So this is some pretty sticky tape that we have. It's really good. I have a fake post office. It's possible they do have one of those print sheets. I just don't want to wait around ever. I trust my post offices. I haven't had any issues. This one got 2 pretty large plushies and a small one, so they're going to fit in the large flat. Brought a second roll. All right, this person got 2 like stitches and then a little person. I don't really want to get a baggie just for one little person, so I think I'm going to just kind of squeeze it in between these 2 plushies and then put some brown paper on this one so it doesn't just get all lost in there. Items are just recently. I mean, yeah, you can ship however you want. So if you want to put them in a polymailer, you can. That can help save box weight if you're getting close to the 5 pounds. I think that this is safer. Like, this makes me feel confident that I don't need to double bag as much as if I was trying to put a bunch of items stuffed in a polymailer. Plus, these are free anyways. So today, the materials I'm paying for out of pocket, my tape, my Dymo labels are about like 2 to 3 cents each. A thank you sticker is a couple cents, which isn't necessary. I just like to put thank you on the box. And I've used a couple, well, I've used one, and I'm going to use one more of these envelopes for my giveaways. Use a little bubble wrap and then some brown paper. This brown paper, I usually buy 2 rolls a year, so it lasts forever. And that's when I was doing just like eBay stuff, so I probably won't even go through one a year if I'm mostly whatnot. When you preload a show, is there a way to keep them in your list of items? I'm not sure what you mean about that one. I've only did a preload show one time, and I don't look at anything after the show, if that makes sense. Like right now, I'm not looking at what anybody bought. I don't, because I already put their items in the box. I'm not double checking anything. I just know that I put them in the right box, and I'm just sealing up the box. So I don't really know what it looks like on the shipping screen for like a preloaded show. Yes, I'm using not bought. What not look easy. Chloe, at this point, I don't know about. I mean, I wouldn't say this is supplement, but this to me, I've pretty much just switched over at this point. So I'm just taking my eBay Posh and brought it over here. So, but I think, yeah, if you're just doing it part time or something, you could definitely make some money on here. Some say president. Pre-bid. Are you saying in your shows or in my show? This person got a handful of smaller items, so we are gonna do a medium flat and probably put some brown paper just to make it stick in there good. If they didn't buy this Hot Wheels thing, I probably would have just did a padded flat rate. I don't know if I want to put that one in a padded flat rate. So since the labels are the same price, I'm gonna just do the medium for this one. Do you think if the lint will enclose? Thrift gems. I'm going back and forth on that one. So like, I obviously don't want to send people stuff with a bunch of hair on it. So I'm trying to source to where I don't pick up that stuff, but sometimes the stuff that's like black sweaters and stuff is just really good. So I still will pick it up. And then I'll either say as I'm showing it, this is coming as is, or I'll let roll this for you before I get it to you. So usually that's not worth the time that it takes for me to sell these items for $5, but I also am happy to save it from the landfill, get a couple bucks. Hopefully people like their items, but I definitely don't think it's worth the time that it takes to usually for whatever it's sold for. But I'm still doing some other platforms too. Yeah, I listed new items yesterday and today. tried it once and thought they would stay in your shop. So like for the pre-bids, like if you do buy it now items, like all these things in my buy it now shop right now are just on my whatnot profile for good until they sell. So I can add them into any show at any time. I'm not sure about the pre-bid ones. If those don't sell, yeah, they might go away. Does anyone know? I would think that you could also switch them to another show, but yeah, that's crazy if you did all that work and you can't switch them over. We got Twister, tiny little Batman, little Barbie backpack, and a little cat squishy. So because it has Twister, and some small things, I'm gonna put some paper on this one. What I miss? Oh, good. You can get your items back. Yay. TCD, mostly women's clothes, like shoes, hats. Yeah, I mean, what are you comfortable with? Are these pretty cheap items, like bins items? I do $5 starts on most of my clothes just because I'm like, if it sells for $5, I'm probably profiting like $2 or $3, and that's good enough for me since I'm selling a whole bunch at once. I did sudden death a bunch in the beginning, and I definitely think since I stopped doing that, I'm making more per show, which is the goal, I guess. But sudden death, I think buyers like it more, so yeah, buyers would probably stay in your show longer, at least in the beginning, if you do sudden death. But I guess make it known to them, like, okay, 10 seconds. Maybe do like a countdown, like 5, 4. Just kind of give them some reason to like get their bids in. I don't know if this is orderly. If you guys saw over here, you'd be like, oh my goodness, there's a mountain of boxes, which as soon as I'm done shipping, I'm going to put all these empty boxes on the shelf for the next show. So, all right. Okay, this box is like this. Let me see if they got 8 or more than that. I think they got less than 8 or 8. Okay, yep, they got right at 8. So I think I can fit all these in a large flat. They got this puzzle, this book, this adorable little bunny. So I'm gonna stick that there. And we got a pair of socks. We just kind of squish that on the side here. This cutie little Star Wars, a little Goofy, a little Pom Pal, and some American Girl shoes. Cool. That fits easily. I am going to put some brown paper because these shoes are going to shift all around. Keep that one in the wrong spot so it gets 2 strips. Okay, are we still going to watch Better Call Saul? Have you guys seen Better Call Saul? This is a pretty big bundle. I think it'll fit in a large flat though. So this one, I'm sure it's over 5 pounds. So let's hope it fits. Let's see. Yeah, this is by itself 5.5, 5.8. So if this doesn't fit in a large flat, I'll have to upgrade it. But I'm confident we can fit it. So we got this game. We got this Build-A-Bear. We got M&M. Another game. Little Chuck E. Cheese ball. Another card game. And Mrs. Potts. Cool. And that fits perfectly in a large flat. So even though it's over 5 pounds, since it fits in a large flat, you can technically put up to 70 pounds in this box. So we're good to go. These heavy ones I do like to put extra tape. It's best to always do giveaways. I don't think you need to. I've thought, I mean, there's many shows I had where I didn't do giveaways. At this point, I feel like I can afford $10 per show. Like, I mean, I'm not saying like anybody has to do this, but I feel like I sell enough per show that I can give away $10, and it's fun to like have a giveaway. Like I love entering people's giveaways, and I win them often, and it's just exciting to get something in the mail. A little treat. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure it helps in the beginning for sure, but do what you can afford or what you feel good about. Kathy, are you in? I am in Colorado Springs. Oh, your husband liked watching the plushie show. Oh no, we're talking about Better Call Saul. Yes, what chapter? What season are we watching? He might have his headphones in. I know we're on the last episode of one of the seasons, so we watched Breaking Bad and then we started watching this. All right, let me pack another order. I'm pretty close to done. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe like 5 more. A couple of them. That one with the puzzle, I'm gonna need to find a box. This one with this Nerf gun thing, I'm gonna need to find a different box. Yeah. All right, let's see. This one has some biggies in it, but let's see. Total weight's only 311.0. So honestly, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do one of these ones on this so that I don't even have to shove it. This person got a puzzle, big Pokemon squish, this cute little one from Raya, a couple teethers, little plushie that came with the teethers, little Schleich horse, and a little Star Wars plushie. We're still only at 313.5, so let me get her a 5-pound label. I have not seen Ozark. Is it good? I feel like Chris has been trying to get me to watch it. Babe? That's right, he has his headphones in. Again, this one is a 5-pound and not like a large or medium flat rate. That is why we're using this large mailing box. Dharma, are you still here? So I'm positive Dharma has at least 2 bundles here. You're still here? Okay, let's pack your orders. Okay, so you got 3. That's awesome. Cool. Let me start with the large flat rate and just transfer them. Put 8 in this one. I'm going to put some bubble around this guy for you. the last ones I'm gonna fit in a medium. I don't have any more mediums made up. Now I just need to print the labels for those three. Good as Breaking Bad. I really liked Breaking Bad, so I'll have to do maybe Ozark after this. Do you weigh each box or just put 5 pounds? Well, Grace, I just choose whichever box, so I don't put any weight at all. So like on the shipping profile, so I'm gonna go into Dharma's order. I'm gonna click edit shipment. Is that what it said? Hold on, let me make sure what it says exactly. Edit shipping details, and then I have my flat rate turned on, so the little flat rate box is toggled on. If you don't have it toggled on, you can go toggle it on yourself if you want. And then, so for Dharma, she has 2 larges and 1 medium, so I'm just gonna come in here, click large box for this first one, save changes, and then generate label. So it doesn't matter how much it weighs since I'm using a large flat rate. But if I wasn't using a large flat rate, then yes, you'd have to weigh it. That's another benefit of using the flat rates. It doesn't matter how much it weighs. Unless you're going over 70 pounds, but unless we're selling a bunch of rocks, it's not really something to worry about. Yeah, that cube is, we were playing with it yesterday. It is really fun. Oh, good. How old is your son? Your friend's daughter was the kid in Better Call Saul? The kid, my friend's daughter, like the one that's Mike's granddaughter? Oh, that's so cool. Dharma. I'm glad he's gonna love that. So if you guys are in here and I just packed your order, did you like get an email or a notification that I shipped your item? I've always wondered if it's like when I'm printing the label or it's like when the post office scans it. So this person is the one that they got both jelly cats. I want to just label this dog one more time just to use jelly cat soap for a really good amount. I just want them to be so happy. This one's so cute. All right, I'm gonna just put them both in this little baggie. They also got these two little bluey things. I'm gonna just put those in there so they don't shift around in shipment. And then they got this thing, so I think I'm gonna do a medium flat and then some papers. All right, it does fit, but I don't know. I guess it's fine. I don't know. Would you be annoyed if this is how your box was? Like, it fits. I think it's fine. I'm gonna just put some paper there. Do we use a US PO box? Yes, I do have a PO box for my return address and everything these days. I thought you had to change the weight and select flat rate box. Yeah, I mean I don't think the weight matters because the label only just prints out as the box, so it's not telling the post office it's a certain weight or anything. All right, my last two orders are just these ones where I'm gonna need to grab a quick Amazon box. Give me a sec. Hey, babe. Can you try to help me find a box?
What?
Or these probably for my let me see. 12 by 12 by 12 is allowed, right? Let me check. All right, I think I got the last two boxes. But let me make sure the dimensions are not too big. All right, this person is Miss Smash. So it only weighs 211.9 even with the box, but let me make sure the box dimensions are not too big. So these boxes are 12 by 12 by 12. That's what I have typed in here. It's not counting as any sort of adjustment or like anything like that. So I think that box is a fine weight. So the reason I couldn't fit these in any of the flat rates or the regular boxes is just because like this one's just a little bit too tall. So like that's how it would fit in one of those. Let me see what it would fit like. If it's just tilted, I wonder if it fit. Yeah, it's still a little bit too tall for even the large mailing. So we'll just do this 12 by 12 by 12. Shout out to whoever sent my whatnot order that I purchased in this box. Because it didn't seem like I had a lot of random boxes that were going to be good for these orders. I guess at the very worst case scenario, if I didn't have a box, I didn't want to go buy one or whatever, I could put this in a pad, like in a poly mailer, but I feel weird putting this in a poly mailer. Like I would do it if I absolutely had to. I would definitely put some bubble wrap and everything around it and like double or triple bag even, but since we can fit it in here, we're good to go. So I'm gonna put Anna in. This thing. We got this little peanut butter and jelly thing. We're still only at 215.4. So make sure I have it all in there. 12 by 12 by 12, 5 pounds, generate label. So that's like how that one printed. And then I just got one more. The vintage vibe, I don't personally trust the post guy to pick up my packages, so I just take them in every day. I like chat. Well, when I take them to the bank post office right by my house, I like chatting with the ladies. If I take them to the real post office, that's if I have like a ton of boxes, but I've only done that twice so far. All right, let me do this last one. Where's that box? Was there a second one of those?
I put it back. I didn't know you needed.
Oh, I need two of them.
I just sent it.
So these are just a 12 by 12 by 12. Perfect. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They technically have 9. I can bundle them together, but this might be slightly over with the box weight. So let's check. Yep, it's literally at 5 pounds, 0.9. So If I wanted to keep it all in here, I could probably just cut off some of these edges and get it under 5. But since I'm pretty sure this person bought 2 different, like bought 1 full 8 bundle and then paid shipping on 1 last item, let me double check. I'll just take 1 item out and put it in their other one. Yep, so she got 8 plus 1. So I'm gonna just pick out one that's under 15, but kind of one of the, like, this is probably good. Yeah, that's only 7.6. Yeah, let's keep the 2 Care Bears in the same box though. So, all right, we'll kit this one out instead. So now this one weighs 9.8. Perfect. All right, last little one, I think. I'll just double check my whole order screen just to make sure I'm not missing. I do need to do this other Starbucks giveaway. I'm still not sure that I am doing these like giveaways the best way. So like someone told me to put stickers and then do 0 to 1 ounce to get like the cheapest label, which is good. So it's costing me 74 cents. Like that's what I pay out of pocket each time to do the giveaways. The bummer part is it still charges me the 74 cents on the buyers when I'm just putting it in their order. I'm still paying that. So if you guys know a way around that, I would love some help. But anyways, these are like how this is how the giveaway one prints out. So it's almost like a stamp. And then yeah, it's just for 1 ounce, which this, even with the envelope and the gift card, is still under 1 ounce, but I don't know. So I just put this on an envelope. And then I just like to wrap the actual gift card in just some white so that it doesn't like show through super obviously through the envelope, but and I'm just gonna tape it on the back. Okay. All right. Yep, I will answer that, and then I will be out of here in a few minutes. So if you have any last minute questions, put them in the chat. I guess let me scroll my thing one last time just to make sure I got all the shipments. Yep. Okay. Before you go, could you explain the difference in priority and flat rate? So flat rates are priority. The difference is flat rates, you can, whatever you can fit, it ships. So if you're talking about specifically for whatnot, which is probably what you're talking about, once the buyer pays $9.21, it covers up to 5 pounds, or you can put it in a flat rate and you can put more pounds in there because it's a flat rate. So that's really the only difference, I think. But priority mail is just like a faster mail service, but pretty much most of the mailing through whatnot is priority. And it, like the buyers are paying this, you're not paying it. Can that give you be adjusted as per shipping from your end? This is a good question. Yeah, I haven't figured out the best. I mean, I'm totally fine paying 74 cents. It feels weird whenever I'm putting it in their box anyways, and I still had to pay it, but. All right, guys. I'm about to go watch my last episode of Better Call Saul. Go to bed, wake up, go to a play date with my son and his friend. And I might do someone earlier was asking if I've ever done a pop-up. I might do a little pop-up women's show sometime tomorrow.
It's not a pop-up for announcing it.
Well, I don't have any like bookmark for it or anything yet. I do have a really good women's show coming up on Friday though. So that one, I see some of the stuff. Like I have Sundance, Free People, Rails. I got a Nick and Nora PJ set over there. Some nice Free People jeans, Aerie. So yeah, North Face. Some cool stuff. Hey, River, we're about to head out. Do I only do women's? Nope. This whole thing I just shipped was plushies, toys, and games. They didn't pay it. River, my for sure next show is Friday. I was just talking about maybe doing a random pop-up tomorrow after my play date. Like I have half a rack of clothes there and I still have like a whole bunch of bags of clothes upstairs that I haven't even processed yet. So I'd like to sell off some of these and put the new stuff on the rack for Friday. Okay, I'll check my messages after this. Alrighty, friends, thanks for hanging out. Super late where most of you are now, probably. Alrighty. I don't know. I mean, rating this late feels weird, but might as well. See any new sellers on here that need some peoples in their show?